Hello and welcome back to the Boys and Polos podcast. My name is Paul and I'm here with
Gavin, and we're back. Been a while, but we got a guest today, Michael.
Special guest.
Yes,
Welcome.
here live from Frankfurt Airport. Let's go.
Yep.
Long day, but excited to be here. So yeah, and a good
It'll be a
21
thorn
minutes
in
to be
Paul's
able to
side.
I'm in the Champions League. Don't worry.
He'll be killing Paul this whole episode as a
Yeah.
Man City fan.
Of course, obviously, yeah. No problem.
All right, so agenda. We got scores around the grounds, hot and not, overreactions, underreactions, big news, and the look ahead. So let's get into scores around the grounds.
Let's get into it. So obviously we haven't been here in a while. So we're gonna give you the scores for match week 17 and 18. Obviously because of all the cancellations and COVID precautions and everything that has been postponed and whatnot. So let's just get you the games that have happened so far. So we have Norwich 0, Aston Villa 2.
Steven Gerrard's sides look pretty good lately. I mean, they're doing sneakily well, especially after they lost Grealish, who carried that team for so long, and they're basically in the same spot they were last year, which I'm impressed with.
No, I think they definitely utilize the funds for Grealish well. Like they bought a bunch of players and they actually strengthened the entire squad instead of relying on one player. Well, I think an interesting thing is this. I think was Dean Smith manages Norwich, right? Now,
Yeah.
pretty sure. So yeah, it's kind of I don't know, just interesting. He just got fired from Aston Villa and then he's losing his first game against his old team. But I don't know how that plays out. But
yeah, that Villa have been playing very well. I think Gerrard. I mean, we saw what he did at I think it was Rangers in Scotland. I think they had an undefeated season. He really did well as a coach. So I don't know. Maybe in the future we'll see him coaching at Liverpool. Maybe not. But
there's no way Klopp gives that job up.
No, I think he'll give it up at some point. I think he wants to coach a German team or something at some point. I think.
Yeah. At some point when he's 80 years old. But all right, Paul, feel free to just tune out for this one. City 7, Leeds 0. Mike, you're probably pretty happy about this.
I mean, this is an absolute thrashing. I think though, this is starting to show Leeds' weakness because Leeds, I think, Bielsa is a manager that runs their team to the ground in training. Yeah. And I wonder if they're just getting a bunch of injuries, they're very tired, and they're just not being able to perform at the same level because of all those injuries and fatigue and whatnot.
Yeah, I think I love Bielsa as a manager, but the Leeds have always been since they were promoted have been a very momentum team. We've talked about this so many times, where if they win big. If they lose big. And there is no in between with that team.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
they lost big.
Yeah. Their team's going to score a lot of goals one game, like you said, just concede a bunch of goals the next game. So it's unpredictable with them, but
yeah.
Who knows?
Man, I can't. I don't like City. I'm not a Leeds fan, at this point. But still, just
City gonna pull away at this point, in my opinion. But
you guys already won. It's not fair.
Remember week one. Remember week one.
Okay.
But all right, Wednesday games. We got Brighton losing to Wolves 1-0. Brighton, I'm surprised that.
Where are they now?
I
remember.
I thought Brighton was going to be so good. If you think back to that first episode where we did our predictions, I thought they were going to be top 10.
Ooh, they're 13th now.
Yeah, they're 13th, and they have a -3 goal differential, which I really wasn't expecting because they're a team that doesn't allow a ton. But I mean,
no, but just look at their last 5 games: 2 losses and 3 draws.
Yeah,
they just are tanking fast. So
yeah, but they got possibly a bounce back game against Brentford. Depends how you see
that. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Technically, Brentford are higher than them in the table, but I see Brighton as a better side than them.
Yeah. Okay. Next game, we got Palace 2, Southampton 2.
Boring. Just why? I'm sorry, but those are two irrelevant teams. And I know I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna get burned because Tottenham plays Palace this weekend
Oh, I pray that Palace beat
or,
that. That would be the
our next
funniest
game.
thing.
But like,
I'm just surprised at how well Patrick Vieira is doing at Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
I thought like
That's what I'm
he was
saying.
okay. He tanked in France. I thought this was just going to be a relegation battle for Palace. I've been surprised with him this year though.
He is doing well. He's another one of the managers, like brand new, just like doing really well. I don't know how. It's like
yeah,
I really
Mhm.
like them.
we predicted them like falling off and getting relegated. They're doing really well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Impressive.
Next one. This is oh my god. Arsenal 2, West Ham 0.
Ugh. Ugh.
What the hell?
How? West
Who
Ham.
is this
What are you
team?
doing?
Who is this team? What
Okay.
did Arteta do to just flip a switch?
They didn't flip a switch. They're in fourth place because they played the most games. You've got three teams behind them that with wins would most of them would be higher.
Still,
Because Spurs
still.
have played 3 less, and are only 6 points behind. United
But you're
have
acting
played
like they're
2
going to win
less.
those games though.
Yeah, well, we
So-
will. So
Wait,
Um,
still. You got to take this into account, right? You got Arsenal. What do you call it? They in the first month of the Premier League, I don't think they scored a goal.
nah, they lost 3
They,
straight
they
games.
didn't score in the first month, and now they're in
Okay.
fourth. So no matter what, you have to give like you have to give your respect for Arteta to be able.
I'm
to
pretty
do
sure
that.
their first win was against the team they face next game against Norwich.
Hey, all you need is one win to turn everything around.
Full
Um,
momentum, exactly.
Yep. All right, Thursday games. Chelsea won, Everton won. I mean, you expect a little bit more out of Chelsea, especially against an Everton side that hasn't been doing as well as they probably should have. But, I mean, it's a battle of 2 pretty good teams. I think Chelsea should have gotten the upper hand, but anything can happen.
Yeah, I don't know. If Chelsea are really making a real title run, I don't think they can be losing to Everton. But I watched that game. It was great last like 20 minutes. It was an
Yeah.
amazing last 20 minutes. Like I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But Chelsea have to do better there. You just have to.
I'm just wondering if this is the beginning of the end for Chelsea though, in terms of the title challenge. Just because like injuries and COVID are screwing them so hard that Liverpool and Man City might just start to pull away.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Chelsea are what? 6 points off first right now
Yeah.
with no games.
And you know, if you look at the table, Spurs takes their next 3 and get to the same amount of games played. We're 3 points behind Chelsea. All I'm saying.
You guys are in a good position if you can win all of those games, but I highly doubt you would do that because you're just Spurs.
We're-
So
Conte's unbeaten in the Prem. Come on.
is he actually?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
But,
It just doesn't seem like it. I don't know. Maybe you're just getting a lot of draws.
well, next, Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1. I mean, it's Liverpool. They
It's
got to
expected.
win that game. Like, that's a game that they probably should have, like, killed them. But you know what? If you're Jurgen Klopp's side, he'll take
Oh,
3
that was
points
the
with rain.
game with what's his face with Alexander Arnold's hit. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that goal was nuts.
Yeah.
I was watching the game and it just came out of nowhere. I couldn't even see the ball.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Saturday game. Arsenal 4, Leeds 1. Leeds, what are you doing? We already talked about them, but what are you doing? You know what? Actually, we'll talk about them a lot more later. Is foreshadowing to hot and not. But bro, what are you doing? It's Arsenal.
I do want to mention one thing. There was a 15-year-old who was a month younger than me on that Leeds bench.
Okay.
I can't. Like, I don't know.
I can't understand.
What
I
that.
didn't know
the hell?
15-year-olds
They
were allowed
really
to
are
be
just
on the
like-
bench with Leeds, but this guy, I don't even know. I forget his name, but like that's just I didn't even know that's possible. But that's kind of cool, but also kind of depressing at the same time. But
Yeah.
They're killing their own team. Like, what is this? They got no more players.
I mean, Bielsa's like signature thing is literally called murder ball. But
Yeah.
But now they've conceded like 10, 11 goals, so I have no idea. Like,
yeah,
Maybe they'll stop on the murder ball.
yeah. Maybe
Focus
he'll
on staying
pull
home.
it for a little while, or maybe he kicks it up a notch and makes them train even harder because you just lost
Yeah.
4-1 and 7.
Why not make them more tired for when they have to
Yeah.
face?
Speaking of the
Okay.
team that thrashed them 7-0, another absolute slaughter fest by City, 4-0 versus Newcastle. See Liverpool, that's what you were supposed to do.
I will admit it probably should be 4-1. Not that it would change like the actual outcome of the game,
Yeah,
but that Anderson challenge from Fraser probably
Mhm.
should have been a penalty.
yeah,
I'll admit that from like an unbiased standpoint, but I'm not complaining. 4-0 victory. I mean, it's just kind of easy
Yep.
at this point.
Another one from Chelsea. What is this? Chelsea 0, Wolves 0. Chelsea, you have to win if you're trying to make a title run. I'm just saying, like that's
Wolves have looked better, but come on.
like
If you are trying to make a title run, act like it. You know what? Actually, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Good job, Chelsea. Keep doing what you're doing.
make some room for the rest of us.
This is my argument for most exciting game of the week. Spurs 2, Liverpool 2.
It was a
Big
decent game.
result for Spurs.
I thought it was a great game.
It was
but
lucky
come
for
on.
Spurs. Harry Kane should have got a red.
Okay.
And Jota should have got that penalty, so it should have been like a 3-2 win for Liverpool.
No,
I don't know.
because Dele Alli should have scored that wide open
Okay, but he
absolute
didn't.
sitter.
That can't be changed through fouls. Like that can't complete. You know what I mean? Like
It's not controversial, exactly. He missed it. He missed
like
it.
he just missed. Like
Yeah, but how do you miss from that far? That's why you've been riding the bench since like October.
I was watching that game in the locker room with my coach because we had a game right before it. So we were watching it. And my coach just started screaming when he missed it. It was so funny. It was such a bad, like, I don't even know. It was so bad. Dele Alli has to go.
Yeah,
That
Dele
guy,
Alli.
like, doesn't even look like the player he is at all. So
No. He's just gotta go. And like fans were cheering him for like, oh great, you finally brought the intensity. Bro, he hasn't played since September.
I don't know what to say. It's Dele Alli.
they should have sold him to PSG when he had the chance.
Yes, exactly.
Pochettino, you still want him?
No chance. Nobody wants him now.
All right. Well, hot and not, I guess. We gotta praise City some more because 11-0 in the last 2 games.
They are our hot
That's
team of the week.
Ridiculous. So I'll let Michael have his fun and I'll let Paul just fume right here.
Hey, I'm just gonna walk out for this. Like, how long is this gonna be? Like 5 minutes? Maybe.
I'll
10
go on
minutes?
for how about 2 hours? Just 2 hours.
Okay. I'll take a little nap.
All right, see you later. No, I just think that this is a sign that City's going to pull away now. I don't think Chelsea, 2 draws in a row now, they're starting to go out, I think. Liverpool, they can't beat Spurs. That's a big concern for them. I think injuries.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Guess who else couldn't
Yeah.
beat Spurs? Guess who else couldn't beat Spurs?
Well, that result's not relevant.
Yeah, 1-0.
anymore.
1-0. How's it
It's not
feel?
relevant anymore, Gavin. It's not relevant anymore because we're still first. So
0-1, bro. You guys are 0-1.
doesn't matter. I mean, I think that COVID injuries, will still screw both. Tottenham result, Tottenham beating City doesn't matter anymore. Just get over it.
All right.
But yeah, City gonna pull away now. I think they're gonna win the league.
Oh, they won't. We'll see. But
We'll say.
when they-
Anything
United
else?
will pull. Just watch. Man, United will pull.
yeah, that's a fine joke. Okay, Leeds on the opposite side of the spectrum. Outscored 11-1. Hey, at least they got one. But I mean, that's come
Come on.
You
Also,
can't be doing that, man.
he has to light that fire under his team. Otherwise, they're finding themselves in championship, and he's finding himself retired.
Marcel Bielsa. I mean, he's known as a top tier coach, but he's got to look out for the players, like you said before.
We don't need another Sheffield.
He's got to make sure they're not tired.
Yeah.
I don't know
He's
why.
got-
I mean, having a 50. having like 15-year-olds on the bench is not particularly a good sign.
Yeah,
So
like
Yeah.
I mean,
Unless it's like Ronaldo, like the next Ronaldo or something. No, you don't want a 15-year-old on your bench. That's not a good thing. They probably celebrate it like, oh, he's this prodigy. No, that's not good. That
I mean, unless he's nuts, you never know.
Leeds just frustrates me so much because I love them. I love them when they came up. They had that like magical. Oh yeah, we ended around top 10. Great. Yes. Now we've got some money. Let's go out and make some smart purchases. Where are they now? They're what, 6 or 7 spots lower than they were last year?
second season syndrome is a thing. I like
It is.
legitimately
Oh my
it
God,
is.
Yeah.
Sheffield.
It happens to way too many teams.
Yeah.
It might happen again this year. We'll see.
Yep. We'll see. But overreaction, underreaction time.
Let's
All
get
right.
it.
We haven't talked about them enough. I don't think they had a game in the scores around the grounds. No. But Leicester, is their time in the limelight over? And is the era of Vardy over?
No, bruv. Vardy is still a top scorer in the Premier League right now. What, he has
Yeah.
like 9 goals right now. The only 2 people higher is like Jota with 10 and Salah with 15.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Vardy
scary.
is,
That's both Liverpool. But
yeah, I mean, Vardy is still an amazing player. He's still a great finisher. I think Leicester just, I mean, it's always going to happen, right? A team performing at the elite level is always going to have like one bad year. And then I feel like they're going to bounce back as long as the team keeps faith in like Brendan Rodgers. And I feel like if they fire him, I feel like that's going to cause even more issues.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just think they're like the Europa League campaigns back to back are gonna hurt them, especially like if they don't have the proper depth to play in both competitions. They either gotta go for one and neglect the other, or somehow balance both. But
Yeah.
then you got to sacrifice some positions in the league. I think that's what's happening right now. So
Yeah.
I also would call it. I think, do you guys remember like Wesley Fofana and his like he had like a really big injury. He was their like
Yeah.
young French
Mhm.
center back, and
Yeah.
he's a prodigy in my opinion. I
Yeah.
feel like he was one of the best center backs in the Premier League at the time.
Mhm.
But he like tore his ACL or something. He did
Oof.
something. He like got really badly hurt in
Yeah.
preseason, and then obviously he's out for the rest of the season, and that put them like. I feel like that has slowed them down so much because
Yeah.
I feel like he was carrying that defense. But yeah,
That's it. I think it's an overreaction because obviously, like we said, Vardy's still elite, and Leicester they need a bounce back year. But I do agree with the point that if they fire Rodgers, I think they're gone. I think that ends that time as that elite, like constantly top 5 contender. But like you gotta keep him. You gotta keep him.
yeah, for sure.
Talking about the guys that are above Vardy in goal standings, has Firmino ceded his starting spot to Jota?
I'm gonna disagree on this one. I think that like they play slightly different positions, so it
Mhm.
depends on what Klopp needs at the time. Like if he just needs like an out scorer up top, he's gonna pick Jota. But if he's
Yeah.
fine with that like center forward, which allows Salah and Mane to like be more cutting in wingers, like if that makes sense.
Mhm.
I think it just depends like on what role he needs. I think Firmino is still a quality player. He's not gonna score the same amount of goals as Jota's gonna score because
Yeah.
he's not that kind of player.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
also, but like in my opinion, I don't think when they have played Firmino in his role, I don't think we obviously haven't seen the same effectiveness that we did in their Premier League winning season and the season where they came second. Like that effectiveness from Firmino, I haven't seen in a while. But
Mhm.
like, if he does get back to that, Liverpool are also like the most deadly team in my opinion in the world. But
yeah.
like, I just have like I don't know why when Jota plays, I feel like something is I can't explain it, but something about it for me just doesn't work. But I mean, they obviously score goals. It's just
Yeah.
I don't see it as nice. Like I feel like it doesn't work as well as the Firmino system.
Yeah, Firmino. A couple of years ago, if you asked me who out of the big 3, you have to sell one, who are you selling? Weirdly enough, it probably would have been Salah because Firmino is the guy that held that team together. He was that glue, and you
Yeah.
see him creating. He creates, and obviously Mane is like he's young, he's great, he's fantastic. You can't sell Mane in that situation, but now it's gotten to the point where it's Firmino starting to get replaced by Jota a bit because he hasn't showed that ability to create in a really long time. And why that's happening, I don't know. Is he getting older? Is that confidence affecting him? But I mean, I think Jota could be in a permanent starting role sooner than we might think.
I mean, regardless of what system they use, I think they're going to be top quality regardless. I mean, they're going to be
Yeah.
winning games either way. So it just depends, I guess, like what's going to get you like more goals in the game rather than what's going to win you games. So
Yeah.
Okay, so are Wolves back to that old form from 2 seasons ago where they were top 10 and actually, I believe, like 7th?
No.
And
they're not.
Are they
They're
back to that?
complete overreaction. Complete overreaction.
Overreaction.
Wow.
They are nowhere
Wow.
near that.
Well, they are chilling in 8th right now, and guess what? They're higher than Leicester. They're higher than Brighton. They're higher than Everton, who's somehow in 14th, by the way. They're higher than Villa. Like they're
But like watching them play,
yeah.
Villa, in my opinion, are a better team when we see, like when you watch them play. I've seen more from Villa than I have from.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, they did just draw against Chelsea, so I mean,
Yeah, which is a very positive result for them. And I just think at this point there's too many really good teams that could be competing for that top 7.
Yeah.
Where I just don't think there's room for them. Like so,
No.
you take out Arsenal, who I think is going to fade away. You bring up Leicester, and then
Arsenal.
Everton will be back in the mix. Like
I mean, I definitely agree with you that Wolves, I don't think have the spot. I think West Ham are. I think they're going to keep through. Depends. We'll see. I think West Ham will cement their spot. I think Arsenal will continue. In those big games against the top 3, they're going to get slaughtered. But besides those games, they should continue to grind out victories. I think they can still cement at least a top 6, if not a top 4.
they are very streaky. Like you look at their wins, 3 losses, 3 wins, 2 losses, 3 wins. Like
Yeah. They beat all the teams below them, and they lose to teams above them. That's how it works.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see how that team plays out. Because we were making fun of them for being get relegated. Oh, it's championship season, but they're doing better than I expected. And I hate to say that because that puts a pain in my heart. But
Spurs still got a chance too. They got 3 games.
Spurs will finish above Arsenal. That is my guarantee. They will finish above them.
Nah.
That's a guarantee.
That's a bad take.
very bad take.
Terrible take.
Bad take? Okay. Well, Paul, guess what? They're going to
They'll
finish above United too.
But they'll finish above United, but not Arsenal.
No, they will not. United will be second. You watch.
Sure.
I don't think we'll win, but we'll come second.
No, you won't. But
I have faith
you'll be
in
lucky to get top 4, which you won't. But
this
okay.
guy.
All right. Next up, Burnley, despite having 8 ties, are bottom 2. They've 8 draws. Actually, no, they're bottom 3. Sorry, that's a typo. But
I haven't even heard much of
8
Burnley.
8 draws,
Yeah.
6 losses, 1 win.
Oof.
Granted, they've only played 15 games, which is less than most teams. But I blame that on their field for not being able to get snow off of it. But 8 draws? That puts them up there with the likes of Southampton, who also has 8 draws. Brighton also has 8 draws. And you've got, like, how do they just not win games? They just don't win.
Sean Dyche is viewed as the manager who keeps his team up every season, but I'm genuinely starting to be a little concerned for them. 1 win in 15 games is pretty atrocious. But
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Norwich is below them in the table, but also they have more wins than them.
Yeah,
They do have more losses and a horrible goal differential. But 8 draws, you can't be
8 draws. Ooh.
8 draws. That's ridiculous.
It's like they're just going for the draws.
Yeah, like play for the tie. Park the bus. Park the bus from the first minute.
Mourinho.
But seriously,
Mourinho.
besides that one draw against Crystal Palace 3-3, like every other draw or loss has been them scoring 0 or 1 goals.
Yeah.
So
They're looking like Brighton from a couple of years ago or a year ago, where they just could not score. There is no offense.
Right.
All right, big news. We missed a lot, like a lot.
A lot.
Ollie and Nuno both got sacked, even against United's best efforts to save
We don't talk
COVID
about it.
slammed the league. You got so many teams that haven't played the full 18.
It's back. COVID's back. It's not
Yeah.
fun at all, but here we are.
Oh, and then I accidentally picked from the wrong section. Burnley, despite having 8 ties, are bottom 2. Yeah. And Arsenal are top 4 somehow. So we've talked about a lot of it. What do you think? What do you think about Ollie getting sacked?
Okay.
United waited way too long. But I'll let Paul talk about this a little more. But I think United waited way too long.
They turned to 2008 Barcelona when his job was on the line. So
Yeah. We gave him too many chances, to be honest, and he shouldn't have been there in the first place.
rest in peace to the Garden Gnome.
he shouldn't have been there, but yeah. What? When did we sign? He was interim manager, played well. The team was happy, played well for a month. Then
Yeah.
they decided to sign him to like a 2-year contract. Like, what is that? So yeah, it was way too late for like, yeah, it was way too late. Like we saw it
It
clear.
might end up costing you the season because you lost a couple games in there, and you know what? That's gonna be a tough.
But I have a take which I think some people will agree with. And as a United fan, I love Ronaldo. Ronaldo is my GOAT, right? But
Yes.
but I don't think it was a good move bringing him back.
I agree with that.
Because
I think-
I believe that Ole had a plan for the season, and Ronaldo came in and burned that plan alive.
Yeah.
Like literally destroyed it.
He's not a striker. He's not a pure number 9.
I
He's a
mean,
winger.
no. What I'm like, Ronaldo will score, and that's
Yes, he will
no matter
score,
what.
but you're forcing him into a role that he's not
Yeah.
going to play particularly well, especially at his old age. Like he might have the body of a 23-year-old, but he's also like what 35?
Yeah, no, but like what I'm saying is like having that like set finisher that won't be tracking back is like a completely different play style from what we had before with like Rashford up top, where it's
Yeah.
like pace, high press,
Yeah.
high press,
Mhm.
or like Greenwood up top, where you could literally like play it to either foot and have him finish on either side, you know?
Mhm.
So like I feel like we had a lot more versatility with our team before Ronaldo, but like obviously we're scoring goals still with Ronaldo and like the hype that Ronaldo brings to United. I just feel like it was a bad move. It was a great move for Ronaldo, right? He's
Mhm,
gonna score whatever. Bad move for United because what they've been working on and what they've been building up for a good 4 or 5 seasons has just gone to waste because of Ronaldo.
Yep.
And just quickly with all his sacking, I think it's also not only Ronaldo kind of ruined his plans. I also think that like not only cost his job, but now United didn't get the manager they wanted. They couldn't get Conte because Spurs snatched them up. And I don't know why they aren't going for Zidane because Zidane's without a job right now. I think he'd be a good fit actually with like some Pogba and Varane there. But now they hired like Ragnarsson. I think he might be good, but like he hasn't been in management for a while, so we'll see what happens. But
yeah, but on another team that sacked their manager, Nuno, gone.
I don't agree with this sacking at all. I mean,
I feel
Conte,
bad.
yeah, great coach. I mean,
Conte's-
everything like that. But
He's
like,
done so good.
how many they gave Nuno like 11 games?
Yeah,
How many
they
games
didn't
did
give
him?
Nuno a chance.
They gave him like no games.
Nuno
Yeah.
went from like manager of the month first month, 2 months later got sacked. It's
Yeah,
like
like it was so just like I don't know. It was
It was-
ridiculous.
It was probably a little early.
17 games.
but for Kane, they had to make something happen. With Kane, they had to change something to convince him to stay. And while he hasn't been convincing us much, like you had to change something. And I think I love Conte as a coach and as a play style. I just hope Nuno goes back to Wolves. I want to see him back there.
I don't think it's gonna happen. That's the thing.
It's not going to. But
I wish
want to see
he
him back.
just stayed there, didn't go to Tottenham.
Yeah.
Everything would be good, like happy days. Like,
Yeah.
But like now he's sacked, and now he can't do anything.
Yeah,
just
now he's out of a job, and
floating.
the team that loved him so much that he abandoned, and
Yeah.
now he's sitting on the curb begging for a job. Like,
Yeah.
it just wasn't a good move for either team, for either side of that. Yeah.
All right. So
Kind of covered everything in there already.
yeah. So let's move on to the look ahead, I guess.
Yeah.
You want to
Okay,
re-explain the
so-
rules?
yeah.
Go ahead.
So we have wagers where you can wager up to 10 points that you get. So you get 1 point if you predict the score of one team, 1 point if you predict the score of the other team, and 3 points if you predict the final score completely correct. Like who wins. You also get 1 point to say who wins, if it's a tie or not. So currently the score is 12-8. But this is before we tally the old games that we had. So the old games from last time, United versus Liverpool, one of the most interesting games I've ever experienced watching. 5-0 Liverpool. So I said 2-0 Liverpool. Paul, you said 3-2 United. So with that, I took 2 points. You took none. Then you said Spurs would score 0. They did. I said 1-0 Spurs. It was 1-0 West Ham. So you get a point from that.
Let's go.
Then Brighton versus City. It was actually 4-1 City. You said 3-0. I said 2-0. So we each get a point from that.
Okay.
But here's where I got a ton of points. I wagered 10 points on Chelsea over Norwich. And they came through and scored 7 goals and won 7-0. Well, you said Wolves over Leeds for 4 points and they tied. So you don't lose any points. You stay the same. But I am now leading 25-10.
Ooh.
So you're gonna have to have a big wager. But the guests. So we keep a tally for every guest that we have on the show. Their points will be scored times 3.
Okay.
So Mike, you got a chance to carry the guests.
Don't
If
worry,
you
good
start
start.
off right, you could possibly bury the two of us. But
Easy dubs.
yeah. So you will get 5 points to wager. So you can wager up to 5. How the wager works is you wager 5, they win, you get 5. They lose, you lose 5. If they tie, it stays the same.
Okay.
So you don't lose anything, you don't gain anything. So our new games, we have Liverpool Leeds, which is a derby. It's a derby game, but I'm saying 4-0 Liverpool.
Whoa. Okay.
I think they're getting blown out.
Bold, but okay.
Very bold. I'm going 3-0 Liverpool.
Oh wow, yeah, so bold.
And I'll go 5-1 Liverpool.
5-1. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Leeds will
Yeah.
score,
So
but
we're
Liverpool
all in
should score
agreement that Leeds will probably get blown out. Next up, City versus Leicester. What we would have expected earlier in the year to be a top 5 matchup. It's number 1 versus number 9. But you know what? I'm saying 2-0 City.
2-0.
I think Leicester gets blanked.
some.
I'm going
I
with.
say-
I don't know.
Uh,
Michael,
huh?
you want to go?
Yeah, I'm gonna say 4-2 City.
4-2. Damn.
High
4-2.
scoring game, yeah.
Mr. City man, so biased.
Oh, you know how bad I want to put City as losing right now, but like
if you picked
You need the
Leicester,
points.
that would be
Points.
that
yeah.
would be a good chance to get points back. It would also be a good chance to lose points. It's a
3-1.
big
3-1 City. 3-1 City.
3-1 City. Okay, yeah. Brighton versus Brentford now. Interesting mid-tier matchup. I thought it was the most level-sided game. I'm gonna say 0-0. I think two stout defensive sides. I don't think they score.
I'm gonna go 1-1. So
Okay. Michael with 1-1. I was gonna say 1-1.
You can still take 1-1.
It's gonna be a tie in my.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Brighton are gonna win. Actually, wait.
1-0.
No. They're not gonna win.
okay.
Brentford are gonna win.
Brentford 1-0. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, Paul, you do get first pick because I took first pick last time. But
You know what? Let's give our guest first pick. Mike,
Okay.
Ooh,
you
okay.
get to pick your wager first.
Okay, I got to pick one game to wager. All right.
Yep. And how many points? Wait.
I'm gonna use all 5. I'm going bull. Before I even choose a game, I want to use all 5.
yeah, you get to choose the game. So choose any of the
All right,
extra
I gotta
games.
look at this game. Ooh, I mean, I feel like the first one's an easy option, Arsenal Norwich, but I have to look at the other score real quick. Spurs Palace.
You just gotta
I'm
predict
gonna
who
go
wins.
Arsenal Norwich 5 points wager. Arsenal over Norwich.
Okay.
Safe.
Yeah.
I think those 5 points can come easily.
All right. Well, I am probably going to be boring.
Hey, I'm next, not you.
Oh yeah. Wait. Okay, I was gonna take an underdog here, so
Okay.
go.
My turn. I have to have faith in United. United over Newcastle.
All right.
And I'm going to wager 10 points.
You're wagering all
Ooh.
10. Okay, so if you win, you'll still be lower than me no matter what because
Hey,
I'm
shut
not
up.
wagering a lot. But if you lose, it's gonna be 20-something nil. So I'm going with Villa over Chelsea for 2 points.
Ooh. that's a
I'm
good
going
call.
underdog. I'm going hot take here because I think it's a good way to get 2 points. I don't think Chelsea's in a good place. But yeah,
Good, 2
You don't
points.
seem too confident if you're only
only 2
wagering 2
points.
points. though.
Because
Damn.
no matter what, I will probably still be in first place. Because
Alright.
you could get 15 if Arsenal over Norwich happens, and Paul, the max you could get would be up to 20.
Yeah.
And then plus whatever the games are. So I'm confident in the scores I picked for the games.
All right.
So
That
yeah.
wraps it up.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael, for being here.
No problem, my pleasure.
the same on another video. Coming up right after this.
Also, thank you guys for listening. Have so happy holidays, right? And everything like that. And hopefully the Prem gets back to the normal schedule. COVID goes away and hopefully happy days. But that's it for today. And thank you and peace.